Hi guys, and welcome back to Meccano Creations. So as you have seen from the thumbnail, today's video is about making cobblestone roads. So if you have been following my channel or following me on Instagram or Facebook for that matter, so you might have seen that I post quite a bit on my ongoing Meccano City. So it's not just Meccano City, it's Lego / Meccano City for now. These Lego creations that you have seen is from my son. So it is a Lego / Meccano City for now, but I hope to create a lot more with Meccano and put it here. So in this Meccano City, you might have seen that I have roads as well, which are made from 2mm MDF board, and I have just glued on black art paper onto this, and these divider lines that you see are just acrylic paint marked onto it. So I have been viewing some videos on YouTube which talk about building terrain for your diorama. So it includes not just cobblestone roads, brick walls, other stones textures, and a lot more. So I just thought it would be interesting to make some of these for my Meccano City, as I think it will be looking a lot more interesting and beautiful. Okay, so today's video is about making these things. You can make not just a single texture, you can make multiple textures. You're free to do freehand designs as well. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to make this, what is the material that I'm using, what are the other options, and even how to color this thing. And yeah, so just let's just get on with it. Hi guys, and welcome back. So let's talk about what are the options that you have for creating some of these. Now I plan to build a lot more of these and cover the entire Meccano City. So what you can do is you can either use the method I am doing, and what material I'm using is XPS foam. So this thing is called XPS foam, but you can choose to use any kind of clay medium or maybe plaster of Paris. But the thing you would note is both clay and plaster of Paris can be a bit harder to work with, and clay will most probably be expensive than this solution. So this XPS foam that I'm using comes in the form of sheets, as you can see here. So this is a pack of 20 sheets that I bought from Amazon, and it's pretty cheap. And what you would see is this surface, it's a pretty clean surface. Okay, even if you use thermocol, the thermocol surface is rough, so it's not ideal for making this kind of terrain, but this is something you can work with very easily. And so let's try to cut some of those. Now what you would need is you need a hobby knife, you need a ruler of some kind to act as a guide, and you need a pencil. Okay, so let's make some cuts onto this and see how it goes. So let me just make a random cut. Let's see. So I will cut around let's say 5 inches from here. So just make a rough cut, and you can do it in multiple passes if you want. Okay, and you will see that the surface finish is very nice. Yeah, the surface finish is very nice. There are no rough edges. Okay, so this is a 5mm foam board, and you can get this foam sheets in multiple thicknesses. So this is 5mm, you can get it in 8mm as well, and so on and so forth. So I think 5mm is good enough for my application, but you are free to choose for your diorama. Okay. Now now something else that we want to talk about is how to make the patterns. Okay. So in order to make a pattern, don't make the pattern using a hobby knife. So what it will do is you need to have clear demarcations between each cobblestone, right? So if you use a knife, the edge is going to be very fine and there won't be a visible difference. So what you want to use is probably a pencil or a pen, so that you can have this clean grooves cut into this. Okay, so it goes something like this. So let's say you're going to do this side, and I'm going to just mark individual sections in 1 millimeter intervals. So let's do this. So use a pencil and you will see the grooves are made very easily in this way. Yeah, and don't bother about chipping or any of this sections falling out. You would need a rough surface, you don't need a clean surface, so this would be good enough. Okay, and then either what you can do, if you want to make a clean looking stone, so you can just again use your ruler to make 1 centimeter intervals or whatever you want the width to be. For me, let's just do it freehand for now. So I'll just use my pencil to mark out these sections, and what you can do is either make an overlap or just follow the same measurements. So I'm going to do an overlap here, and there is no need to make it straight. These cuts, no need to make these cuts straight. You can do as you wish. Yeah, okay. So readily you can clearly see the grooves over here, and it looks like a brick pattern, okay, or cobblestone pattern. So this is what I have already done here. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about one more option that you have for cutting these grooves onto your foam surface. So we have just seen how you can use a guide ruler, a pencil to create this groove, right? But I plan to do this stuff over my entire Meccano city. So in doing this individually might take you some time. But the other option, if you have seen some of the other YouTube videos online, so what they do is they have something called a rolling pin. So it's made out of either acrylic or some of them also created using a 3D printer. So these are basically just like a template. You have this template cut out onto the rolling pin, and I tried to do this using clay, but I couldn't get it right enough because these surfaces or these edges are not sharp enough. So even if you try to just press it onto the surface, it's not going to create any indentation. So if you are in an area where you can get access to this rolling pins, it's very good. It's the fastest way to get these things done. And it comes in a variety of textures, cobblestone textures or brick textures, and they have a very good selection, and they come in a variety of sizes as well based on the scale of your diorama. But since I'm in an area where I don't have this, so I'm not bothering about these things. I'm just using my pencil and my guide ruler to do these things, and this output is good enough. Now what you can do as a next step is you can very well directly color onto it, but if you want additional detail, what you can do is use balls such as this. This is just aluminum foil rolled up into a ball. So you can have this as a ball, or you can even have a cylindrical surface and just wrap it onto this cylinder and then just roll over it. So what it does is this has this this roughness on the surface, right? So what it is going to do is once you roll it over, it's going to create this micro indentations on the surface, which after you color or spray paint it, this micro indentations are going to look very realistic, almost like a real cobblestone surface. So let's try and do this on this surface as well. Okay, and you can go have multiple passes onto it. No need to do just like this or like this. You can go at any random direction. So I'm just going to start doing this and we'll see what's the difference. And I'm going to do it for some of it, not all of it. The purpose of just rolling it over is just to create a rough surface, because the foam surface that you have seen is pretty clean. Yeah, and when after even you cut these grooves, the surface up above is very clean, and it doesn't happen like this on real life. So you need something to rough it up and to give it a weathering effect. So you can use this. Yeah, so I've done it for part of it, and you can see that there is some unevenness on the surface. For example, I'm not sure whether it's visible on camera, but yeah, some of this is depressed a bit, and it just creates a rougher surface and gives it a more of a realistic effect. I have also done this on this surface offline, and you can see there is some chipping also in between. There's also some chipping in between these grooves, and that just creates more realism. Yeah, isn't it? So just do it if you have the time. It's not necessary. If you want to just get these things to be perfect, you can very well do this. And this is not something I have invented. This is again taken from multiple videos on YouTube. So go for it, I would say. And then once these surfaces are done, we will get on with the coloring. So let me finish this thing with this aluminum foil, and I will get back to you guys. Hi guys, so I have my cobblestones all laid out on the surface, and I have my airbrush ready as well, and I just need to mix the paint. So what I'm going for over here is I will just put on a layer of black, okay, with some Fevicryl gloss medium. So this will just allow the color to adhere to the surface a bit more, and I just want to make sure that I get the color as deep as possible between all these crevices and onto the surface. So yeah, that is very important before I move on to the next layer of coloring. So this entire thing will be painted black. Okay, so I will just quickly mix the paint and then come back. Okay guys, so I have my focus. Okay, so I have my paint, it's just black mixed with the gloss medium. So I have my airbrush ready, and I'm just trying to get a good coat of paint onto the surface. So let's start. Let me quickly check. Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, so welcome back, and I have just finished completing this airbrushing of the surface, and the important step right now is to give it 24 hours to completely dry out, okay, before the second layer, because in the second layer I'm going to just use my normal paintbrush to paint on a light gray, and then I might do some different shades of gray, some lighter, some darker, onto the surface. And then is the final step, which is to apply some black wash, which is the final step. So that will give you the weathering effect on the surface. So yeah, so I will come back tomorrow and see if it has completely dried off, and then we will take it from there. Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick update with you guys. So as you can see, it has almost dried up. The color has almost dried up. The thing that you would see is the foam board has a tendency to bend or warp a bit, and that was because of rolling this aluminum foil over it. So this can be fixed pretty easily. You can just maybe glue on some kind of coffee stir sticks or any other rigid material. Probably what I will do is cut off some of the MDF boards and stick it on the back, so that will take care of it. The other thing that you would notice is the indentations and the texture that the aluminum foil had is pretty visible now. So I hope you can see it on the camera. So it's looking pretty good. So, and the color has almost dried up, so probably I'll try and put on the second layer of color, and it will be light gray and maybe a few other shades as well. So I will get back to it and share the update with you. Hey guys, so I've got my brush. I have two sizes because with this flatter brush I'm going to just it will help me put on the gray coating quite fast, and with this smaller brush I'm going to put on the different shades of either I think I will go for a dark red, yellow and darker shade of gray between in some of this cobblestones. So I will just quickly do the color mix and then come back to you. Okay, so I have my light gray mixed, and I'm going to just apply it now. So I'm going to use like a flat motion such as this, so as to not get too much paint in between the cobblestones. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so that's number one done. So we'll just get on with the other panels that I have and get this aside for now. Okay, let me just move these things aside. Okay, so that's it. I think we got a good coating of the light gray, and let it dry for some time, and then we will get on with the other coats. Okay guys, so it has been some time, and I took the liberty of coloring some of the cobblestones with different shades of gray, as you can see. So it's beginning to look like a proper cobblestone structure right now. So a couple of things to note: you can probably see the cracks within some of the cobblestones, the unevenness of the surface, the irregularities, which is mimics the real life cobblestone streets that you might have seen. So overall, very happy with how the thing is progressing. The black, the initial black coating did work wonders for this project, and I'm just waiting for the complete thing to dry out before I will just try to paint a couple of other cobblestones with different shades of maybe tan or dark red. Yeah, and then I will just wash it all down with the black wash, which will just, so yeah, so just waiting for it to dry out, and we'll be back soon. Thanks. So guys, I'm just doing the other shades onto this cobblestone right now. So what I've done is just mixed a bit of red color onto the gray that I already had from the earlier painting. So I'm just mixing it a bit, and that gives me a toned down version of red here. So I'm just trying to do some random pieces here, and as you can see, so I'm just going to do this red and then make a pass of dark yellow or tan maybe after this. So let's see how it goes. Okay guys, so here it is. So this is the final look before the black wash. So as you can see, I have done this a dark shade of gray. I mixed some red and then some yellow and put it on random cobblestones. So you don't have to make it in a pattern, you can do it in random as you wish, and take care not to overdo these shades, otherwise it won't look good. So this is about it, and just waiting for it to dry and then going for the black wash. So see you then. Okay guys, so welcome back, and this is next day, and I'm just checking whether the paints have been fully cured. So it seems like the paint is fully dry, and I'm going to put on the final black wash. So I have already prepared this black wash, so you just need a bit of water and just a small amount of black paint. So you need to make sure that you don't have much of paint, but most of it is just water. The purpose of the black wash is just to tone down the brighter colors over here. So, and also it will put on this weathering effect. It will just dull down all the bright colors, and it will just make it feel more realistic. So I'm just ready with the black wash, as you can see, and I'm just going to try to put it on and see how it goes. Okay. Okay guys, so as you can see, I put on the black wash. Maybe I will put on a second layer once this first layer has dried up. So you can see after putting this black wash, the light tree has toned down a little bit. Okay, and all of the different shades as well. So I'm just going to wait for it to dry it out and then see what's the result, and I'm going to see if I do need to put on a second layer of it. So okay, let's wait for it to dry and I will come back. Okay guys, so after the first layer had dried, I just put on one more layer of the black wash because I felt it needed one more layer. Now just to note that while you put a black wash, you need to be absolutely sure that all of the paint that you had done till now is fully dry. Otherwise, some of these shades, different shades that you have done, after you put on water, it might just mix and you might lose the detailing that you have done till now. So be absolutely sure that you have let the paint dry. Maybe put on water on one of the cobblestones probably, and see if the paint is getting removed or not. So you can be sure that once you start doing the whole piece, that you don't lose your entire project that way. Okay, so yeah, so I will just let this dry for a bit more. So this is the second layer that I've done, and we will be able to see the results after some time. So okay, so I will come back and give you the update on how it looks. Hi guys, so the black wash has fully dried up and you can see the end result here. I think the end output is really nice. You can see the result for yourself here. And the couple of things that you would notice after the black wash, the individual shades that you had done in each of the cobblestones, they have really preserved well. And the other thing is the use of the aluminum foil has really worked nicely here. The indentations that it had made and the cracks in some of the cobblestones, they really give you a realistic feeling about this project. So each of the steps contribute in their own way, I feel, and there are some steps that you can probably ignore, but some are very important. So do try this out and let me know how it goes. Maybe if you do a better job, probably comment on this video down below. I'm always eager to know better ways of doing things, and share it on Facebook and Instagram. And I would like you to share this video if you really like it, and subscribe to the channel. So till we meet next time, stay safe and thank you. Bye.